So Japan wants to ban Western Puritans from anime because they are in fear that these Puritans will ruin their freedom of expression. You know what? I can't blame Japan for thinking that way because they're right. I mean, if the Puritans get a hold of anime, well, you better believe everything will get censored and they will ruin it to the best possible way they can. Because that's what Puritans do. They ruin anything they get involved in. Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have a better tomorrow. So, Love Hina manga creator discusses manga's freedom of expression with Japanese government. Well, I'm not surprised that Japan would be afraid of, America trying to come in there and trying to push their politics onto them. Because if you look at it, anime has become more and more of the mainstream, right? It's very popular. Anime was very popular back in the 90s and early 2000s. Then it kind of dwindled a bit, but then it went back up in popularity because, Western entertainment for the most part now is just completely ruined. I mean, there's very few forms of Western entertainment that's actually left that's good. Otherwise, it's pretty bad. And Japan, of course, understandably so, is getting out that ban hammer because they don't want to see their creativity get destroyed by these Puritans. And who can blame them? Who can blame them? UQ holder and Love Hina manga creator Ken Akimatsu tweeted on June 29th that he'd recently been summoned by the Japanese national government to discuss manga and how it can succeed in the next 10 years. Akamatsu has been involved as an informal advisor for the Japanese government in the past on matters relating to manga for a creator's perspective. And as you can see here, this is his tweet, and this is what he stated. This month, I was invited to participate in a House of Councilors witness questioning session, but instead, a member of the Diet, Japanese government, asked me what measures are needed for Japanese manga need to survive in the world. I replied, first and foremost, freedom of expression. Compared to other countries, Japan's forte is its freedom of creativity. However, with foreign platforms becoming more and more dominant, I would like to avoid a situation where Japanese works are regulated by foreign standards. Now, when you think about that statement, which this is very important, how many times have we heard that happen? Funimation goes around and they start censoring things, and then, of course, you have Sweeney, who's censoring anime games. I think that this guy hit the nail on the head with this. I really like what he brought up here, because, I agree with him. None of it should be censored. None of it should be changed. And, there should be freedom of expression. People that are artists, like mangaka, they should be able to draw what they want to draw and not have to worry about it, rather than have someone like Sweeney come over here and go, oh, no, she looks too sexual, she looks too attractive. It's good that he is wanting to ensure the safety of Japanese work, of manga, of artists. I like that. And, it goes to show that he doesn't like what's going on in other countries, per se, America, with Hollywood and, a bunch of companies over here that try to push the politics and try to censor things. Smart man. Smart man. Then again, you may, love Hina, so, great series. Recommend it if you've never watched it, but smart. Akamatsu went on to say that to preserve manga over the next 10 years, raw manuscripts of manga series should be stored, exhibited, and monetized at a national manga center. That's a pretty cool idea. According to Akamatsu, all the government members in attendance agreed with the idea. That's good. I'm glad that they're all in support of protecting the work. That's great, so that countries like America, for example, don't try to force in their politics or censor things. I do like that. That's great. In the past, Akamatsu superheaded the Dojin mark for the cover of manga volumes, showing that the original creator of the series approved of the series being used for fan works. The first series to use the mark on the first printing was Akamatsu's own UQ holder. That's actually really cool. But, I'm glad to see that they are in agreement because, if America gets their hands on it, like Hollywood, for example, which they're trying so hard to do. I mean, we've seen now how they want to make a Netflix live-action Cowboy Bebop, and they want to make it for what audience? Oh, the American audience, right? When anime fans, We've always enjoyed anime the way it is. We don't need things to be changed. We didn't even want a live action Cowboy Bebop, and now they have to change Faye because her outfit's too revealing. Like they think it's so offensive when Faye is actually one of the best characters in Cowboy Bebop. And they're just over here like, oh man, we gotta avert the male gaze. That's how it is with them. And Japan is seeing this, and they're like, we don't want our work censored. Like, hey, we're gonna prevent this from happening. And when it comes down to it, you know, a lot of people don't like the idea, and it's understandable. But this is why you have to gatekeep to keep the Puritans out. Otherwise, the Puritans are going to come in here, and what are they going to do? They're going to ruin franchises people love. I mean, it's like I also talked about recently with Sweeney. Sweeney over there censoring anime games. They've been doing it for a while now. And then, of course, they live for that double standard. They let that, Abby spicy scene stay in the game perfectly fine, uncensored. And then you see Sweeney, completely being hypocrites because they're just sitting over here and they're censoring, 2D anime girls because, oh no, her breasts, they're too big. Oh no, it's so offensive. Censor it. That's how they're acting. They're just like, censor it, please, get it out of here. And that's the thing. Japan is tired of it. They're seeing this stuff. They don't want this to happen. And this is good that they do not want to see this get censored. I mean, I do like that. And, as things are going forward with Netflix trying to get more anime, for example, when you look at it, this means that they're going to try to continue to take more anime, try to adapt it into, live action material. And then, of course, what are they going to do? They're going to tone it down because they're like, oh, it's got to be made for the American audience. We got to censor things. Because they're snowflakes. They gotta censor it, throw their politics in, make it about an agenda. Because that's exactly what these idiots do. And Japan doesn't want that. And big thing is that Funimation, some time ago, back in March actually, the thing is, I talked about this big concerning thing. Myself, many other people, we talked about how concerning this is because Funimation was talking about what does it mean to be on an anime production committee. Now, the big thing that, was pointed out here, big thing that stood out to me in this entire article, something that was very concerning for the future of anime, was this. Now, if you look at this paragraph, this is what it states. Due to the work that we've done and the strong relationships the company has built with Japanese partners and licensing shows for them, they were invited to participate on these committees to help fund these productions directly. Now, here's where it gets really bad. Instead of simply licensing the rights to a finished show, as companies usually do, Funimation is now able to take ownership of some titles directly when bringing them to the rest of the world. There's no fear about losing the rights to these shows either. They are here to stay in the Funimation library in perpetuity. Conversely, Funimation is trusted by the rest of the community to use their international expertise to better market the show to foreign viewers and provide more detailed input to the other Japanese companies regarding what fans abroad would like to see. It's a win-win. No, it's not a win-win because then Funimation is just going to sit over there and they're going to try to influence Japanese companies to bend the knee and just make this Puritan anime that nobody wants. That's what they're going to try to do with this. That's what that means. And, that's a terrible thing. And Japan seems to be catching on to this because that's why they're wanting to make sure that their, freedom of expression can go on. I myself as an artist, I draw the way that I draw. And I will tell you right now, if somebody were to be like, oh, well, that character you got there is so offensive. It's so offensive. You gotta redraw her. And I'd just be like, get over it. Because, I'm not going to have somebody tell me how I'm going to draw, characters. I'm not going to have somebody tell me how to do my art. And Japan, for example, they shouldn't have somebody like, Funimation, for example, or Hollywood or Netflix or whatever. They shouldn't have them breathing down their necks and saying, you got to change it. It's too offensive. You got to change your art style. No. And that's why Japan is not very happy about this because they don't want their freedom of expression to be taken away. They want to be able to do what they want to do with their own series, draw it the way they want, write it the way they want, And they should. They should be able to do it however they want. They shouldn't have to have another country trying to push their colonial values onto theirs. In fact, what they should do is they should just freely express their art the way they want to do it. They shouldn't have to have, some other company out there from the West be all like, you got to change it. No, they need to do things the way they want to do it. And that's why I agree with Japan on this one. That's why I think that they are right. And, that's the thing. The more that you see Hollywood, Netflix, Funimation, try to, dip their toes more into anime, of course, they're going to try to make Japan bend the knee. And that's why we here at AnimeGate, we need to fight this and make sure that, the Puritans don't ruin anime and get involved in it. But anyways, let me know what you think about this entire situation down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new here, and make sure you were still subscribed because YouTube is unsubscribing people from all their favorite channels, so make sure you were still subscribed to all your favorite channels. Hit the video with a like, and also be sure to share the video on social media. Spread the word and get it out there. It's greatly appreciated, and it really helps out the channel a lot. Also, be sure to follow me on Discord. We have a wonderful community there. Not only that, but it will keep you up to date on when the newest videos will be released, as well as any other upcoming events in the near future. So be sure to follow me on Discord. The link is in the description down below. But anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today. And remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow could always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you. And have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.